Your Honor, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dennis Bracken, Rector of St. Paul's College, and I am privileged to introduce you to the Honourable Philip Lee, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree at this afternoon's ceremony. The highest honor the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Manitoba's first Chinese-Canadian Lieutenant Governor, the Honourable Philip Lee, has played a prominent role in supporting and nurturing Winnipeg's Chinese community for more than 35 years. Prime Minister Stephen Harper has praised Mr. Lee for his tireless work on causes important to the Chinese-Canadian community, and today he is recognized for his service to this community, the City of Winnipeg, and Manitoba. Born in Hong Kong in 1944, Mr. Lee came to Canada in 1962 to further his education at the University of Manitoba. During his student years, he was elected chair of the University College Students Association. In 1967, Mr. Lee began his career with the City of Winnipeg as a research chemist. Between 1967 and 1972, he worked in the area of water research, dealing with water supply and water quality studies for the City of Winnipeg. He produced several research reports pertaining to the Shoal Lake water supply. He retired from the City of Winnipeg in 2005 as the branch head chemist in charge of Winnipeg's Industrial Waste Control Program. Between 1979 and 1986, Mr. Lee served as a member of the City of Winnipeg's Refugee Assistance Committee. Much of Mr. Lee's energy goes towards helping Chinese immigrants enter Canada and to enhancing the Chinese-Canadian experience. He was a driving force behind the construction of the Winnipeg Chinese Cultural and Community Center in the Dynasty Building, the Chinese Gate and Garden, and the Mandarin Building, all of which remain important centers within the Chinese-Canadian community and important landmark destinations for visitors to Manitoba. Mr. Lee has also worked with Folklorama, Winnipeg's annual multicultural festival, since its inception in 1970, and he continues to help the festival's Chinese pavilion. Mr. Lee has received the Golden Dragon Award for Citizen of the Year and was the Rotary Foundation's Paul Harris Fellow. Mr. Lee is a member of the Manitoba Human Rights Commission. In 1999, he became a member in the Order of Canada, and in 2002, he received the Queen's Golden Jubilee Medal. Mr. Lee's leadership has been recognized through the City of Winnipeg Community Service Award, which he received in 1984. He also served on the Multiculturalism Council of Canada between 1984 and 1988. He received the Recognition of Service Award from the Community and Race Relations Committee, City of Winnipeg, in 1990. Mr. Lee received the Commemorative Medal for the 125th anniversary of Canadian Confederation in 1993. In addition to being an executive board member of the Winnipeg Chinese Culture and Community Center, he is also a member of the Chinese Development Corporation. In addition to being an executive member, between 1995 and 1999, he was a board member of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra and a board member of the Alumni Association of the University of Manitoba. Mr. Lee has maintained a strong connection to the University of Manitoba through his involvement at St. Paul's College, which began when he was a student. He was a founding member of the board of the St. Paul's College Foundation, which raises funds to support University of Manitoba students who are members of St. Paul's College, and was the recipient of the college's Alumni and Friends Award in 2010. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba, that you confer upon the Honourable Philip Lee the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa. Your Honor, will you please come forward?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Lee.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, chers amis, faculty, students, alumni, lovers of learning. It is an honor to join you today and help you to celebrate your dedication to the spirit of inquiry. As the Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, I've been often invited to schools and institutions. And every time when I went out to visit a school or a hospital or something, I always bring with me an aide-de-camp, such as the gentleman on my right here, and just to as protocol anyway. This time I was invited to a school to talk with some grade 3 students. And a young kid went home and so excitingly told his mother, "Mom, the Lieutenant Governor of the province came to our school today." "What did he look like, son?" "I don't know. There was this tall, good-looking young gentleman in military uniform staying on the platform. But it was the Chinese guy that did all the talking, though." The graduates we celebrate today have been asking questions at the University of Manitoba for at least 4 years now. And those of you being awarded graduate degrees may have spent the last decade or more asking, what if and how come? After a career working to ensure that Winnipeggers have clean environment and safe drinking water, I believe that the kind of questions you ask in the fundamental and applied sciences are essential to building a safe, healthy, and sustainable society. Not that every question you will ask would lead to an answer. As somebody who sat in your place some 45 years ago, I can assure you that you'll never be able to figure out what answers to the question, where does the time go? And if you don't believe me, ask the many parents who are watching today. We often think of convocation as the end of an individual's education, but it is anything but that. It represents a transition in the form of location of education. If this were truly about the end of your learning, it would be really a sad day of mourning. Many of you are already taking what you have learned into the workplace. You're learning how to apply your knowledge. You're learning new kinds of skills in human education and interaction, in time management, in specific processes and technology of your workplace. Others are preparing to begin an additional stage of learning in graduate or professional studies. You will build on the thinking skills you have already acquired. You will now add entirely new perspectives. And regardless of what you're learning, you are going to on the job right now, and in the months ahead and the years ahead will provide you with no shortages of other learning opportunities in your home, family, and community life. So it is a very good thing that today we are not celebrating the end of your education. As Abraham Lincoln said, "I do not think much of a man who's not wiser today than he was yesterday." I'm confident that as you continue with work and learning, as you keep on asking questions, as you respond to challenges and changes in life and your world, you will add every day to your store of wisdom. I congratulate all of the members of the class of 2011, and I thank all of the faculties, staff, family members and friends who provided insights and support during the stage of learning. Merci beaucoup.